Chapter 17. Teammates, Trap and Traitor. Further away in the dark harbour, 10 Cents, Sunshine, Zorran, Zip and Zug were looking around to see if they could find any fuel drivers, but since they had left the others, there was no sign of any of the group of thieving vessels anywhere. Zip was glad of this. There doesn't seem to be any—
Shut it, Zip! Zorran snapped, annoyed. Whether you like it or not, we're not gonna abandon the search.
Don't you want to get your work back, Zip? Sunshine asked. Not really. As long as we don't have to face those fuel drivers, I'm happy not to have any work.
Tell that to Captain Zero, Zug frowned. He'll sink you for sure. I don't know why we have cowards like you two on board the fleet, Zorran muttered grudgingly. Huh? Zip's a coward, yeah, but me, Zug grinned. With all due respect, Zorran, I'm not scared. Quiet, 10 Cents interrupted in a whisper. Look over there.
The tugs looked towards starboard, where 10 Cents was looking, and spotted Gangster in the darkness, towing a tugging fuel barge and a long barge of dynamite.
It's their leader!
Zug cried in fright, and he quickly turned around and hurried off into the darkness as fast as he could. Zug, wait for me! Zip immediately turned around and chased after Zug, screaming.
Hey, get back here, you two!
Zorran yelled angrily, but Zip and Zug continued steaming quickly away and hurried off into the night. I'd better go after them, Sunshine sighed. I'll come back later in case you need me. He too then turned around and disappeared into the darkness of the harbour. 10 Cents and Zorran turned to face each other. Zorran frowned, but 10 Cents grinned. Well, Zorran, it looks like it's just you and me, buddy.
Just you and me. Just this once, mate.
Right, well,
let's go after Gangster.
The two arch-rivals then proceeded towards the spot where they had noticed Gangster. As they approached it, they looked towards port, and there they spotted Gangster in the distance a bit further away. 10 Cents and Zorran headed towards where Gangster was heading, wondering where he was going. They soon found out in surprise as they were led away from the port and towards a large wooden warehouse, like the last one the fuel drivers had kept their barges in, but bigger. Keeping a distance away from the warehouse, 10 Cents and Zorran watched as Gangster disappeared through the wooden doors with the two barges. Should we go in after him? 10 Cents asked.
Better not. With just the two of us, and him in there, he could sink us.
They stood in the darkness, in silence for a while. Then, at last, 10 Cents spoke. Zorran? Zorran turned to look at him.
Yeah, what?
We're trying to make sure that both our fleets get our work back. So even though at the end of this we'll go back to being rivals, it will help each other and see that neither of us comes to any harm, won't we? Zorran frowned and looked away.
Yeah, sure we will.
10 Cents beamed happily.
Oh, thanks, Zorran.
Five minutes later, 10 Cents and Zorran spotted Gangster leaving the warehouse. They gasped in surprise and watched as he turned to starboard and disappeared from sight.
Come on, remarked 10 Cents. Let's go in the warehouse.
They steamed quietly and quickly towards the warehouse entrance and disappeared through the doors. Inside it was very dark, but the two tugs saw the long lines of tugging fuel barges inside. They also saw the barge of dynamite on the left side near the entrance.
What's he want with explosives? Zorran asked. Is he selling that off too?
He took it from Billy's shoe pack.
Billy's shoe pack? Is that the little paddler from upriver who blew up the tramper, which trapped you, SARS and Zug, and had me stuck on some rocks?
Yeah, that's him, 10 Cents replied, beginning to chuckle.
Don't laugh at me, 10 Cents. You wouldn't be laughing if it was you stuck on the rocks.
I think I would be. You have to admit, Zorran, it was kind of funny. Zorran frowned, then grinned and put on a false laugh.
Ah ha ha. So anyway, what's your plan?
One of us goes on the left side of the entrance, the other on the right. Then, once Gangster comes back in, we'll close onto him and hold him until Sunshine comes back. We'll tell him to fetch Hercules with the Coast Guard and hold on to him until they arrive. Good plan. Although, are you sure we can hold on to him until the Coast Guard comes? Oh, well, I'm sure you can, Zorran. You're a big, strong tug, aren't you? Zorran grinned. Too right I am, 10 cents. Too right. The minutes passed. 10 Cents and Zorran were standing one on each side of the entrance to the warehouse. 10 Cents stood on the right while Zorran stood on the left. Neither of them spoke, but 10 Cents was sure they were going to catch the fuel drivers. Soon after, they heard Gangster approaching the doors. I'm low on fuel. Perhaps I'd better refuel from one of the barges, as long as I still leave a bit to sell. He's coming! Exclaimed 10 Cents. Ready, Zorran? Ready when you are. They stood where they were in silence, then watched with shivers going through their boilers as the leader of the fuel drivers passed through the entrance. Gangster was looking straight ahead at the lines of tugging fuel barges, so he didn't see the two tugs on each side of him. At that moment, 10 Cents and Zorran yelled out and blew their hooters. Gangster jerked in fright and frantically looked from side to side as the two tugs swiftly moved sidewards, closing in on him and trapping him in between them. Ha! 10 Cents remarked triumphantly. We got you now! Then, to the switcher's surprise, Gangster moved sideways and pushed him hard into the warehouse wall. 10 Cents cried out as the impact made a hole in his waterline. To 10 Cents' horror, water was gushing through the hole, and he started to slowly sink. Zorran, help! I'm sinking! Zorran and Gangster just stood and watched the switcher starting to sink. Then, just as the water had passed over his deck, there was a bump as 10 Cents' hull had hit the waterbed. He remained down to above his neck out of the water. Quick, Zorran, stop him! Zorran continued looking at the almost sunken 10 Cents, then turned angrily to Gangster. Look here, you! You are committing some very serious crimes here. You're stealing barges, and your lot owe me money! Oh yeah? Yeah! Then suddenly, Zorran charged towards Gangster. Gangster charged towards Zorran. The two knocked their bows into each other's, and on impact, a fireball erupted from Zorran's stack. It soared into the air for a few seconds, and then landed onto the pile of dynamite. The barge exploded and caught alight. Zorran and Gangster backed away in fright. The explosion sent a fireball flying onto one of the tugging fuel barges, which then also caught fire. Gangster screamed, I gotta get out of here! He started to move towards the entrance, but slowed to a stop. Oh no, I'm out of fuel! Here, I'll tell you what, Zorran sneered. I'll save you if you pay me for what you owe, plus a little more. Yes, just save me! Deal! Zorran moved in front of Gangster and attached the line onto him. Zorran, what are you doing? 10 Cents cried. Well, I need to get my money, don't I? Never mind your money. What about me? Sorry, 10 Cents, but like you said, we'll go back to being rivals at the end of this. Zorran sneered evilly. Didn't Captain Star ever tell you not to trust Z-Stacks? But Zorran... Ta-ta, 10 Cents. With that, Zorran steamed out of the entrance with Gangster in tow. The fuel barge that was on fire exploded, sending showers of flames to other fuel barges, setting them alight too. 10 Cents sighed. He had failed. Zorran had betrayed him, Gangster had got away, and he was about to be burnt to a crisp. Chapter 18. Failed rescue attempt. Zorran hurried away from the burning building with Gangster in tow. He towed the criminal half a mile into the dark port before stopping. Alright, I saved your non-existent stack. Now give me the money you owe. Huh, do you really think I'm gonna pay you? What? Zorran spluttered in shock. But you said you would. You tricked me. Go screw your stack on, oldie. Gangster boomed. I think you know by now I've been stealing barges so that I can sell them. So do you think I'm gonna give you money? Well then I'll just throw you back in the fire. Zorran was just about to tow Gangster away when Hercules and the Coast Guard came into view, followed by Sunshine. "Zorran, my dear!" Hercules exclaimed proudly when he saw the Z-Stack with Gangster. "You caught him!"
Yeah, I caught him.
Ain't I good?"
Oh yes, Zorran, you are, Gangster sneered. Good at helping me.
"What?" Zorran exclaimed. "He was helping me escape and get away with the crimes us fuel drivers committed."
Is that so?
asked the Coast Guard.
No, I wasn't,
Zorran cried in panic.
He's lying!
"Zorran and Gangster," retorted the Coast Guard sharply, "you are both under arrest."
No!
Zorran continued, yelling in fear.
I'm innocent!
"Oh, sure you are," Gangster smirked sinisterly. "As innocent as I am." Zorran," Sunshine whispered shyly. "Where's 10 cents?
Oh, he's just shut up in a burning warehouse!
What?" Horrified, Sunshine raced in the direction of the burning warehouse. "Sunshine, wait!" Hercules cried out, but Sunshine raced away out of sight. My, Zorran thought. The two star switchers are as stupid as each other. Sunshine approached the burning warehouse. He saw in horror smoke billowing from the entrance. 10 cents! He raced towards the building when it suddenly exploded. Flames shot out and covered the entire building.
10 cents!
Sunshine bravely steamed quickly towards the entrance. He looked inside, but all he could see was smoke and flames. With a toot on his hooter, Sunshine raced through the doors, coughing from the clouds of smoke billowing everywhere. He saw all of the stolen barges nearly rapidly burning. Flames roared everywhere. It was like being in a blast furnace. 10 cents! Sunshine called out between coughs. No answer. 10 cents! Then, to his relief, Sunshine heard a voice he knew. Sunshine! He looked near the side by the entrance, and sure enough, there was his best friend, looking surprised and scared, dirty with ashes and almost sunk. Sunshine approached him. 10 cents! Are you okay? Only just? What are you doing in here? Get out of here before you go up in smoke! You've already been trapped in the fire. What? No! You and Grandpa's got me out of that fire. I'm gonna do the same for you! Sunshine went to attach a line, then noticed that 10 cents was almost sunk. He hesitated, hurriedly pondering what to do. Sunshine is no good! Get out of here! You can't save me! Oh yes I can! Sunshine threw the rope, which happened to have a large noose in it, around 10 cents stack. You're coming with me, mate! Sunshine began to reverse, pulling the noose tight around 10 cents stack. He then began to reverse towards the exit. However, with 10 cents stuck on the waterbed, he soon couldn't move. He pulled hard and the rope strained, but 10 cents didn't budge. Sunshine! 10 cents protested pleadingly. You can't! Yes, I can! Sunshine pulled furiously on the rope, and sure enough, he began to slowly drag his friend across the waterbed. 10 cents gasped in surprise, and smiled for a brief second, beginning to feel hopeful. But his expression soon changed to that of an alarmed one, as the burning barges nearby let off another explosion. Don't worry, buddy, Sunshine smiled, reversing slowly but surely towards the exit. You're gonna make it out! Sunshine's deck managed to get through the entrance into the opening. Both he and 10 cents began to feel much more hopeful. You're doing it, Sunshine! Exclaimed 10 cents happily. Sunshine managed to clear the entrance and continued to pull 10 cents towards it. 10 cents continued to slowly move across the waterbed, feeling more and more hopeful. You're nearly there! Sunshine cried in delight. Just a bit more and you'll... Before Sunshine could finish, a burning rafter from above broke and came crashing down onto the rope, breaking it. Sunshine shot quickly backwards, but 10 cents remained where he was. Sunshine! Sunshine managed to control and stop himself and looked back at the burning building. 10 cents! He steamed quickly towards the entrance, intending to go back inside, when, to his horror, the building began to slowly collapse. No! Sunshine screamed, but there was nothing he could do. He could only watch helplessly and in terror as the building came crashing down. As it did, smoke poured everywhere for a moment, blinding sunshine. When the smoke cleared, Sunshine saw the wrecked old building, now a pile of rubble. The fire was out, but some smoke still poured from it. Sunshine, still shocked, stood where he was, rapidly shaking his head. Titans! Chapter 19. Back to normal. Sunshine stood where he was, staring in shock and disbelief, rapidly shaking his head. At that moment, OJ, Big Mac, Warrior, Top Hat, Zebedee, and Zack steamed into view. They all spotted the burnt-out rubble. "Oh my word, get a load of that!" gasped Top Hat.
Is this the work of the last fuel driver, or that little star shrimper?
Zebedee sneered, looking at Sunshine. OJ steamed over to the little switcher.
What happened here, Sunshine?
10 cents! He was trapped inside! I tried to pull him out, but...
Sunshine couldn't finish. He just constantly gasped in fright. The other Star Tugs all gasped too.
10 cents! He was caught in that!
Warrior cried, staring at the rubble. Zebedee and Zack looked at each other without saying anything. They weren't horrified, but they couldn't believe what they were hearing.
It was all my fault,
Sunshine said miserably.
I could have pulled him out.
Well, thank heavens you weren't caught either, Sunshine,
remarked OJ. He turned to the rubble.
Maybe there's a chance that...
He turned to Big Mac and Warrior.
You two go fetch Scuttlebutt Pete. He can clear up the rubble.
Right, OJ.
Then he and Big Mac set off into the port.
We'd better go too,
put in Zack. He and Zebedee turned around and headed away.
Here, won't Captain Zero be pleased now that we've caught all the fuel drivers?
Zebedee smirks triumphantly.
And one Star Tug is out of the picture.
Sunshine, OJ, and Top Hat stared at the burnt-out rubble. None of them spoke. They were all sad at the fact that 10 cents had been caught when the building had collapsed and was now buried inside somewhere, possibly destroyed. Big Mac and Warrior soon returned with Scuttlebutt Pete, who began scooping up several piles of burnt wood from the rubble. Hercules and Grampus had also arrived, having been informed of what had happened. Hercules was talking to OJ, while the other tugs were anxiously watching Mighty Mo clear the rubble in search of 10 cents.
We managed to catch 4 of the fuel drivers,
OJ told Hercules solemnly. And we managed to catch the other one, their leader, replied Hercules. Unfortunately, it turns out Zorran was helping them.
He was? I should have known not to trust Z-Stacks.
Oh, it's okay, OJ, old darling. All that matters now is that the fuel drivers have been caught. Hercules turned sadly towards the rubble and the watching Star Tugs. And if 10 cents is all right. The other stars continued to watch with sadness as Scuttlebutt continued scooping wood from the rubble. For a while, there was silence as he did so. Then Scuttlebutt called out,
"Everyone, look!"
The stars looked closely into the rubble and gasped with horror. 10 Cent's face was visible within the rubble. Scuttlebutt had cleared away the rubble that was covering it. His eyes were closed.
Quick, Scuttlebutt, keep scooping!
Big Mac ordered. Scuttlebutt continued, scooping up more rubble, and soon 10 Cents was visible from the deck up. The stars looked at him. He was dirty all over with ashes. His porthole windows were smashed, and his stack and flagpole were bent.
10 cents,
Sunshine whispered in sadness. No answer.
10 cents. Please wake up. Please.
Slowly, the little switcher opened his eyes to find several distraught faces, which quickly changed to happy expressions. Ugh. What happened?
10 cents, you're alright!
Sunshine cried happily. Oh, thank goodness! OJ sighed with relief.
Oh, I must say I was frightfully worried,
Top Hat added.
I'm so glad you're alright, 10 cents.
10 cents smiled. Oh, thanks, Top Hat. Then he suddenly remembered.
Zorran, Gangster,
It's alright, 10 cents, old darling, Hercules mused. They've been caught, and so have the others. They won't be bothering us now. 10 cents let out a big sigh of relief.
I'll go and fetch Mighty Mo on a barge, said Big Mac. We'll tow you back since you can't move. We'll go back to Captain Star and tell him all we've done. And I'll go and tell the Coast Guard to arrest the other fuel drivers, chuckled OJ, heading away. They're still stuck on that smelly garbage. Later, 10 cents found himself on top of a barge being towed by Big Mac towards the Star Dock with Sunshine, Top Hat, Warrior, Hercules and Grampus all around him. They were all happy that he was okay, and he was glad to have such good friends who cared about him. They arrived back at the Star Dock immediately to shouts of anger by Captain Star.
There you all are! Just where do you think you've all been?
Oh, nowhere much, grinned 10 cents. Just stopping the fuel drivers.
What? But I told you not!
Before Captain Star could finish, OJ steamed into the dock, followed by the Coast Guard, who was towing Zorran and the fuel drivers in a line. Captain Star, the Coast Guard called, I'd just like to say that you should be proud of your Starfleet. They helped us to catch one of the biggest gang of crooks ever to invade Big City Port. As you can see here, these thieves had a bit of help from Zorran. I see. I always knew you were no good, Zorran. I'm glad you finally get what you deserve.
But I'm innocent,
Zorran protested angrily.
Wait until Captain Zero hears about this. He'll...
Shut up, moaned Gangster grudgingly. You're coming with me. Yes, you're all coming with me, the Coast Guard barked as he led the 5 fuel-driven tugs and 1 coal-driven tug away. The Star Tugs turned back to Captain Star, who hesitated before speaking.
Well, Starfleet,
as much as I didn't want you to get involved, I am pleased with you all. You've stopped these criminals, and now we can get back to work as normal. I am proud to be at the helm of such a loyal fleet. All the tugs blew their hooters in happiness. Then, Captain Star noticed that 10 cents was damaged.
10 cents what? I won't ask. Sunshine, tomorrow take him to Lucky's yard for repairs.
For now, all of you get a good night's sleep. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And the entire Starfleet fell happily to sleep. A few weeks later, 10 cents was steaming happily through the port. He had been repaired and was as good as new. Captain Star had sent him off to do his first job in weeks. As he steamed through the port, to his surprise, he met Zorran. Oh, Zorran, you've been released, have you? Yeah, Captain Zero bailed me out. And a good thing, too, Zorran scowled. I didn't do anything. Yeah, well, you should have helped me instead of Gangster. But it doesn't matter now, as we're back to being rivals, 10 cents smiled. But you know what, Zorran? I'd rather have you and the Z-Stacks as rivals than the fuel drivers any day. Yeah, I guess you stars aren't as bad as those fuel drivers. They still didn't give me my money. Captain Zero was annoyed at that, and the fact that he had to spend a great deal of money to get me out. Well, things are back to normal now, said 10 cents. So I guess I'll see you around, Zorran. Yeah, see ya. And 10 cents steamed off into the port, feeling happy now that things were back to normal. Now he was back at work and was determined to do a good job to please Captain Star, which he would do, as the Starfleet could not manage without a tug like 10 cents. That was A Tug's Adventure. It was written by Laid-Back Brit and read by TARDIS9. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Oh my word, that is probably the longest thing I have ever read for this channel. I mean, clocking in at about 2.5 to 3 hours? Oh my god. But all the same, I really loved recording this. When I first read this, back when I was in school, oh god, this was practically an instant favourite for me. Literally, it was one of those fics that just really stuck with me, you know? And because I think it just showed to me how seriously these fanfictions can take themselves. I mean, people underrate these quite a lot, thinking they're all, like, sex and violence and stuff. But at the same time, there's plenty of drama. I mean, we just appreciate shows like Tugs so much. And, well, frankly, it's a shame how Tugs has been practically pushed to the wayside these days. But no matter. Because one thing's for certain. It's thanks to guys like you who keep the show going. Even when there's no official series of it anymore. And that, I think, just shows how much love and appreciation we feel as fans for these work. So I'd like to dedicate this to Laid-Back Brit and to the entire Tugs team. And my apologies also, Laid-Back Brit, for if I had to change any sentences around throughout all this time. I just felt that there were some grammatical errors, and there were some sentences to me which I felt, if changed, would read a little better, so I hope you understand. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for just sticking with me right through to the very end after about 19 chapters. Dry rails and good running, everyone. And thank you very much.